Let me now tell you about America's new underwater drone. It looks like a manta ray, but unlike the harmless sea creature,
its name is the Manta Ray, a new and futuristic underwater drone that intends to redefine the very nature of underwater warfare.
China has just shocked the world by showing off a new $13 billion Manta Ray submarine that seems to break the laws of physics. And last night it vanished from a secret Navy base without a trace. It glides under the waves like a living ghost, hiding from every eye and leaving experts in fear. Let us hold our breath, for soon we may learn where this silent beast will strike next. Redefining underwater stealth. The materials used to build it are special and very strong. The hull can handle the extreme pressure found deep underwater. It is also lightweight, which helps with speed. Inside, there are advanced sensors and systems. The sonar and radar can detect objects from miles away. These systems help it stay hidden while being aware of everything around it. The submarine also has an artificial intelligence system that can run its complex functions almost on its own. It is like a smart machine under the sea. But deep below, where no light can reach, a dark secret waits, ready to shatter everything we think we know. This submarine works in ways that are very different from traditional ones. Normal submarines use brute force to push through water, which creates noise and resistance. This one glides through water easily and quietly. Its shape and movement make it faster and harder to find. The design also absorbs or deflects radar and sonar signals, making it almost invisible. Real-world testing will be key. The ocean is unpredictable with strong currents and extreme pressures. The submarine will need to handle these conditions and prove its abilities. Testing will show if it can live up to expectations. There are challenges though. The Manta Ray shape is efficient, but it creates engineering problems. It must be stable and agile, especially at great depths. The design may also make quick movements harder, which could be a problem in combat. Balancing stealth and agility is a big challenge. Maintenance is another issue. Keeping it running will cost a lot, and traditional submarines are cheaper and easier to maintain. Even with these challenges, this submarine is a big step forward. It shows what can be done when new ideas and technology come together. The lessons from this project could lead to improvements in underwater exploration and defense. This submarine could also inspire technologies for civilian use, like deep-sea research and commercial projects. This Manta Ray submarine is more than just an expensive experiment. It shows human creativity and the desire to explore new places. Even with its problems, it signals a big change in how we think about underwater technology. The future of submarines and ocean exploration is here, and this is just the beginning. All right, buckle up. We're diving into some pretty wild waters here. Imagine this, a submarine so sleek and silent, it might as well be a ghost under the ocean, and it's worth $13 billion. China has unveiled its brand new Manta Ray submarine, and it's shaking up everything we thought we knew about underwater warfare. Let's start with the basics. The Manta Ray isn't just any old sub. It's got this crazy smooth flat design that makes it almost impossible for sonar to detect. Regular submarines, even the fancy ones like the US Seawolf class, are built to be quiet, but they've got nothing on this thing. Sound bounces off its surface like it's hitting thin air, making it nearly invisible to enemy sensors. Compare that to something like Russia's Typhoon class subs, big, bulky, and easy to spot with modern sonar. The Typhoon might be powerful, but stealth? Not its strong suit. What makes the Manta Ray such a game changer is how it completely rewrites the rulebook. Most subs are either attack-focused or defensive juggernauts, but this one's got a bit of everything. Surveillance? Check. Covert missions? Yep. Combat? Of course. And it's not just about doing a lot of things, it's about doing them better, faster, quieter, and sneakier. This sub is like the underwater ninja we didn't know we needed. Let's talk about what's under the hood. The Manta Ray's tech isn't just cutting edge, it's practically from another dimension. This isn't just about one submarine though. The ripple effects of the Manta Ray's design are going to be huge. Other countries are already eyeing this thing, probably sketching out their own versions on the back of napkins. And it's not just military nerds who are excited. That propulsion system, imagine what it could do for civilian ships or underwater exploration. Stealth tech? Picture it on aircraft or even spacecraft. The possibilities are endless. There's also the price tag, $13 billion. That's a ton of cash, even by military standards. But this isn't just a sub, it's an investment in the future. Think of it like this. The Manta Ray isn't just a tool for today's battles. It's a blueprint for tomorrow's tech. Whether it's fighting wars, exploring the ocean depths, or even paving the way for new energy systems, this thing is a game changer. And then there's the question on everyone's mind. What does this mean for the future of naval warfare? The Manta Ray's stealth and speed could make traditional subs almost useless. If your enemy can't find you, they can't fight you. That means nations around the world are going to have to rethink their entire approach to underwater strategy. New detection systems, new tactics, maybe even new kinds of weapons, all because of one submarine. The impact doesn't stop at the military. This kind of technology has the potential to spill over into everyday life in ways we can't even imagine yet. Advanced underwater vehicles for exploring the deep sea, quieter and more efficient cargo ships, maybe even cleaner and faster passenger ships. The possibilities are massive. This might be just the start of a whole new era of innovation, where the tech we're building for war ends up making life better for everyone. The Manta Ray submarine is more than just a new toy for China's Navy. It's a statement. It's proof that the game is changing, and fast. Whether it's stealth, speed, or versatility, this thing is setting the bar impossibly high. And as other nations scramble to catch up, we're about to see some wild advancements in the world of underwater tech. Bottom line, the Manta Ray isn't just a submarine, it's a glimpse into the future. And whether that future is about war, exploration, or something else entirely, it's going to be nothing like we've seen before. This is only the beginning, and what comes next could reshape not just naval warfare, but technology as a whole on land, sea, and beyond. Just as we catch our breath, something new rises from the ocean floor, ready to change our view again. The 15-year underwater gamble. All right, let's talk about something wild. China's been cooking up this insane submarine project for over 15 years, and now they've finally spilled the beans. It's called the Manta Ray submarine, and the whole thing sounds like science fiction. But nope, this is real life, and they've poured a whopping $13 billion into it. $13 billion. Let's dive into what's going on here and why it's got everyone scratching their heads. This isn't your regular underwater machine. Most submarines rely on basic principles of physics, stuff that's been understood forever. But this Manta Ray beast, it's playing by a whole different rulebook, or maybe it just threw the rulebook out entirely. The tech behind it is so advanced that experts are whispering about it bending the laws of physics. It's not just some upgrade to the standard sub, it's a complete reinvention. And for a country like China, which is already known for breaking boundaries, this is a flex of epic proportions. Let's rewind a bit to understand why this matters. Over the past couple of years, the global economy has been all over the place, thanks to the pandemic and other crises. China, like everyone else, took a hit, especially in industries like real estate and transportation. Job losses piled up, and things were looking bleak. But while most people were focused on rebuilding, China's high-tech industries quietly started booming. And the defense sector? It's always been a priority. Now back to the Manta Ray. This submarine is supposed to be a game changer in naval warfare and exploration. Imagine a vehicle that can move like a sea creature, smooth, fast, and super stealthy. Traditional submarines are bulky, noisy, and slow. This thing, it's streamlined and quiet. It's not just about sneaking around, it's about doing things no other sub can dream of. Think deep sea exploration, underwater surveillance, and who knows what else. Here's where it gets really interesting, the tech. China's been pouring resources into artificial intelligence, robotics, and materials science. All that research is paying off. The Manta Ray reportedly uses cutting-edge propulsion systems, unlike anything seen before. Forget about noisy engines and giant propellers. This submarine probably uses magnetohydrodynamics, a fancy way of saying it's powered by electric currents and magnetic fields. The result? It moves through water almost like it's gliding. No sound, no resistance, just pure, smooth motion. Then there's the design. It's shaped like a manta ray for a reason. That shape isn't just for looks, it's functional. The wide, flat body helps it stay stable in strong currents and makes it nearly invisible to sonar. And because it's designed to mimic a real sea creature, it can blend in with marine life. This is stealth on a whole new level. About the cost, $13 billion is no small chunk of change, even for a country like China. But when you think about what's at stake, it starts to make sense. This isn't just about building a cool submarine. It's about positioning China as a leader in global technology and military power. By investing in something so advanced, they're sending a message. They're not just catching up to other countries. They're leaping ahead. Imagine exploring parts of the ocean no one's ever seen before, studying ecosystems that have been out of reach until now. And then there's the potential for disaster relief, underwater construction, and even new industries we can't imagine yet. That said, there's a darker side to all this innovation. Critics are raising eyebrows over how this tech might be used. A stealth sub like this could shift the balance of power in international waters. Countries around the world are already racing to build better ships, planes, and weapons. This submarine throws a whole new wrench into that race. And with tensions already high between China and several other nations, this kind of breakthrough could either push for peace through deterrence or spark more competition. The implications of this go far beyond military power. A project like the Manta race submarine shows what's possible when resources and innovation come together. It's not just a question of who can build the best submarine, it's a wake-up call about how countries invest in technology. China's decision to bet big on advanced research and development is paying off in ways that extend into every sector, from defense to energy to environmental science. Take a closer look at the tech underpinning this. It's not just about propulsion or design. The materials science alone is groundbreaking. To build something that can withstand extreme pressures while staying lightweight and efficient is no small feat. This speaks to advancements in composite materials, metallurgy, and manufacturing techniques. Then there's the integration of AI. A submarine like this likely uses artificial intelligence not just for navigation, but for mission planning, adapting to conditions in real time, and staying undetected. And that's just scratching the surface. The energy systems powering the Manta ray are a mystery, but given China's recent focus on green energy and sustainability, there's speculation that it's using revolutionary battery technology. This wouldn't just make it efficient, it could also set the stage for innovations that trickle down to consumer tech. Imagine if the breakthroughs that power this sub eventually lead to better electric cars or renewable energy solutions. Meanwhile, there's the question of international response. The unveiling of the Manta ray submarine has undoubtedly raised eyebrows around the world. Other nations are likely scrambling to understand how it works and how they can counter it. This could lead to a new wave of investment in defense tech globally. And while that might spur innovation, it also raises concerns about an arms race. The stakes are high when technology like this is in play. At the same time, there's a sense of wonder about what this means for science. A vehicle capable of exploring the deep ocean with this level of precision and stealth could open up new frontiers. The oceans remain one of the least explored areas on Earth, holding countless mysteries and untapped resources. With a tool like this, researchers could uncover new species, study underwater geology, and even find ways to combat climate change by understanding oceanic processes better. With that shift behind us, we now look to the roads, where new cars roll in to shape what comes next. Unveiling a submersible superpower. Looking ahead, it's clear that the Manta ray submarine isn't just a one-off project. It's part of a larger strategy to push technological boundaries and redefine what's possible. For China, it's a demonstration of what happens when long-term planning meets high-stakes ambition. For the rest of the world, it's a challenge to keep up, not just in terms of military capabilities, but in the broader race for innovation. The story of the Manta ray is just beginning. As more details emerge, it's going to be fascinating to see how it changes the game, both above and below the surface. Whether it's used for good or for conflict, one thing is certain: this is a glimpse into the future, and it's one we can't afford to ignore. These new cars aren't your run-of-the-mill sedans. Think taller hoods, bigger tires, and spacious interiors. These rides come with comfier seats, lightning-fast charging batteries, and a bolder look to make heads turn. Chinese automakers aren't just competing locally. They're stepping onto the global stage with confidence. It's clear they're playing the long game, and so far, they're winning. It's not just about EVs anymore. China's going all in on autonomous vehicles. Driverless cars cruising the streets are no longer a distant dream. The government is giving the green light for these futuristic vehicles, setting up test zones in big cities. Picture this: cars without drivers rolling through bustling streets. It's not just cool, it's groundbreaking. China's playing it smart with tight data control and advanced tech. They're making it tough for foreign competitors to keep up. Meanwhile, Chinese automakers are setting up shop in places like the United States and Europe, learning all they can before bringing that knowledge back home. It's a clever strategy, and it's paying off big time. Cities like Shenzhen are leading the way, allowing driverless cars to roam freely. It's like stepping into a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now. The government is even limiting chatter about accidents to avoid scaring people off. Bold move, but it's working. The public is warming up to the idea, and the industry is booming. While EVs are stealing the spotlight, hybrid cars are quietly gaining ground. These cars mix battery power with traditional fuel, making them a hit with budget-conscious buyers. Hybrids offer the best of both worlds: short trips on electricity and longer ones using gas. They're cheaper than pure EVs and come with perks like tax breaks and subsidies. No wonder they're flying off the shelves. China's also pushing for cleaner energy and setting ambitious goals for a greener future. Hybrid cars are helping bridge the gap, offering an affordable option for first-time car buyers. With features like fast charging and battery swapping, hybrids are becoming a go-to choice for many. They're not just a trend, they're a practical solution for today's challenges. And that $13 billion submarine? It's just another example of how China is pushing boundaries and redefining what's possible. Whether it's underwater or on the streets, they're leading the charge into the future. Now let's dive even deeper into how these advancements have reshaped industries and captured global attention. Chinese automakers have grown their influence not just in manufacturing, but in shaping global markets. Consider how the electric car industry, once dominated by Western giants, is now being reshaped by Chinese innovation. This isn't accidental. Strategic investments, government support, and rapid adoption have propelled Chinese companies to the forefront of the electric revolution. The Chinese government has played a crucial role, creating policies and incentives that encourage both production and consumption of EVs. For example, subsidies for buying EVs and tax breaks for manufacturers have created a fertile ground for innovation. This ecosystem has enabled companies like BYD, NIO, and others to thrive, pushing boundaries in design, battery technology, and production efficiency. While China focuses on scaling up, it's also tackling critical issues like sustainability. Electric vehicles are a cornerstone of China's efforts to reduce emissions and combat climate change. By investing heavily in renewable energy sources and creating vast networks of charging stations, China is addressing the challenges that come with mass EV adoption. Their goal is clear: a greener, cleaner future where electric vehicles dominate the streets. Will China's government-driven EV dominance spark true sustainability or simply crush global competition? Let's discuss together. Please comment, hit like, and subscribe now for more insights on this evolving landscape.